Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle, and today we're paying tribute to the great rock of Seattle. It's Seattle Rock Day.
So many great bands came from here. Obviously, Pearl Jam. You've got Mudhoney. You've got Alice in Chains. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So many great bands right here in our own backyard.
That's right, man. It's all about the sound of Seattle. It was the Seattle sound, and we got it all day long. Seattle Rock Day.
Let's play Beat Mix.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Mix. You're a loser. It is time to beat Mix. Guys, we have made it. It's Friday.
Sometimes I feel for poor Danny over there. He's jumping, he's dancing, he's excited, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us just staring at him.
Yeah.
Like, wait, 4 of us. I counted wrong.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah, doing a good job, Steve.
Chris behind you.
That's true. And we're all just looking at him like, oh, look at this guy jumping. He's excited, and we're just like, hey, it's Friday.
How you doing? You can tell who's got the energy and who doesn't.
Yeah, he's got it for everybody.
Two types of people on Friday.
Yeah, there is. Let's get to our contestant. We've got Steve on Bainbridge Island. Steve, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. What is he playing for today, other Steve?
Tickets to check out Cade Sport MMA at the Emerald Queen Casino on April 27th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to go see Cade Sport MMA featuring Ted Smith, he's not punching people, but he's talking in front of a microphone.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be hosting it. You can get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Steve will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Steve, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
According to the saying, what fruit a day keeps the doctor away?
An apple a day.
Yes. In what year of the 90s did the Spice Girls form?
93.
No.
92.
No.
96.
No. Philography is the hobby that collects what?
Say again?
Philography is the hobby that collects what?
Movies.
No.
Pass.
Who played the role of Hawkeye on the TV show MASH?
Alan Alda.
Yes. In South Park, what was the last name of Kenny?
Oh, geez. Pass.
The cured meat pancetta traditionally comes from what country? Pancetta? Yes, that is correct.
Pancetta.
What is the first name of Ozzy Osbourne? Freddie! No.
Ozzy?
No.
Patrick.
No.
Pass.
The 2 main official languages of Finland are Finnish and what?
English.
No! 3 correct.
Oh, my!
Pancetta.
Yeah, you're a true Italian.
Yeah, I was going to look that up, and I forgot to.
Gosh, you have such a tough life. I mean, you can't fit all your stuff in like your job.
I know. I was just so busy this morning doing stuff and things. Never mind. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
According to the saying, what fruit a day keeps the doctor away?
Apple.
Yes.
Pan.
In what year of the 90s did the Spice Girls form?
92.
No.
93.
No.
You can do it.
95.
No.
96.
No. Philography is the hobby that collects what?
Phil's.
No.
John's.
No.
Pills.
No. Who played the role of Hawkeye?
Newspapers?
No. Who played the role of Hawkeye in the TV
Alan
show
Alda.
MASH? Yes. In South Park, what was Kenny's last name?
Griffey.
No.
Oberman.
No.
Anderson.
No. The cured meat pancetta traditionally comes from what country?
Italy.
Yes. What is the first name of Ozzy Osbourne?
John.
Yes.
John Michael.
The two main official languages of Finland are Finnish and what?
Danish.
No.
English.
No.
Spanish.
No.
Oh.
Which light wood is commonly used for making airplane models?
Styrofoam.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Steve, you win. 4-3.
Wow. Sorry, Steve on Bainbridge
Ozzy-
Island.
Yeah, Ozzy was the deciding factor there.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I know, Steve, if he got to the last one, Steve and he would have got it.
Oh, you think so?
The last one, that last question?
The last question, do you know what it is?
I do. Does anybody else know?
What's the question?
The last question was which light wood is commonly used for making airplane models, not styrofoam.
Cardboard.
No.
No, Danny knows.
Balsa?
Yeah, that balsa wood.
Balsa wood.
BJ's a fan of balsa.
And wood.
Wow.
And wood.
Well, yeah. It's like Vicky just laughs at all Steve's stupid jokes.
It was pretty good.
It's like your little mini-me. Why don't you guys just go F yourselves, both of you, today?
Not my fault. Steve's actually funny.
Yeah, sure he is.
That was not nice.
Well, I meant like he's not.
Yeah, that was a nice double there. You kind of got them both on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now she's going rogue on you, Steve. She's going
Well, if we
rogue.
want to have her be my mini, we have to shave her head.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
We should do it for Halloween. Can you get a bald cap?
Oh, I would do a bald cap for sure.
Yeah, we're not going to really shave your head.
I was going to say, accumulatively, I feel like I have as much hair as you do on your entire body. So I feel like we're pretty much the same.
That would be funny if she does go as like mini you.
Yes.
You could go as Dr. Evil and she could be mini me.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, wow. We're going next level.
Yeah, totally next
I'm
level.
in.
That's
It's an
amazing.
easy costume for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's got a gray suit.
All right.
And she's got to get a little mini
Get
gray
somebody
suit.
to loan me a gray suit.
Oh, but I only want to do this if I can be in a baby Bjorn and like be worn on his chest.
Okay, I
Make it
I'm
happen.
down.
We'll make it happen.
Yes.
The year of the 90s that the Spice Girls formed, Steve, you danced all around it.
96.
No, you already said that.
Oh, 95?
No, you said that one as well.
98?
No, you
97?
94, man.
Really
94.
cares? Nobody.
That's why I tried to get through that. Philography is the hobby.
97?
No, stop it. Philography is the hobby that collects what?
Oh, I'm going to say charities.
No.
Collecting charity?
Oh, I see.
Philanthropy.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could I do with the Phil?
Yeah, it's autographs.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
it called? Philography?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
That's got to be some Latin-y thing, right?
Yeah, probably.
What's
All
up
right.
with Kenny from South Park?
His last name?
Yeah.
Anybody have an idea?
I don't.
McCormick. Kenny McCormick.
Yes, that is his last name. God dang it. Now you said it, I go, yes, I've heard them say that.
A lot of the times that's how that works.
Sure is.
Finland has Finnish and what other language?
I'm going to say Swedish.
Wow, good job. I was expecting just to say no right
Yeah,
away.
well, I mean, it is. I mean, you're talking Scandinavian, right?
Yes.
So why not?
Congratulations on that.
Thanks, buddy.
And congratulations to Steve on winning with 4 correct.
Caller number 4, 206-421-ROCK. I got a new survey that looked at the most common dreams and nightmares that people have.
Oh.
And so, can you remember anything at all about your dreams and nightmares that you could say is a common theme?
Well, mine right now, I think could constitute as both a dream and a nightmare. I've had this weird dream that I've been going to a ballet recital at the Fifth Avenue Theater, and I show up, and I'm carrying Lulu, and Lulu's wearing a pink tutu.
Wow, that is very specific.
I don't know why I keep having this dream.
Wow, that is very specific.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not even with my wife. It's just me and Lulu going to the ballet.
Is Tiny Dancer playing in the background?
No, Rev, don't get crazy with this.
We used to say something about you and your relationship with dogs, and that nightmare pretty much just goes right back to some of the allegations that were thrown out there.
Date night,
and you're not there with your wife, there with your dog. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Well, that's the recurring dream right now, is that Lulu's wearing a tutu, and we're going to the Fifth Avenue Theater to see some ballet.
Yeah, for men, the most common recurring dream is pretty much the same as women, and that is a strong desire to travel. How about that? Men and women dream about traveling somewhere new. That's like the big dreams that the average man and woman have in this survey.
I've never dreamt about traveling.
I've had a couple of dreams of wanting to go to places I've seen. Like, I want to stay at a hut that's just over the ocean. I think it's in Bora Bora. I've seen pictures, and it's just a hut. Like, people stay in huts, and they're in the middle of the ocean. Like, they just push them way out off the coast, and you're surrounded by water everywhere, and it's just tropical. And it's like, yeah, I've had that dream. Like, oh, it'd be so cool. If
Are you holding a 7-pound dog wearing a tutu?
No, that's not in my dream. Okay. Sorry, Steve.
This is just me.
I'm there with my wife. I suppose I'm the weirdo here.
Rev, what's yours?
The most recent sort of recurring dream is like this weird, I'm in like this sort of like Born Identity thing going on like a sci-fi hotel, but Rihanna's there. And, well, it gets a little sexy.
Yeah, what movie was she
Whoa,
in?
you're having a sex dream with Rihanna?
I have, yes.
Nice.
Recently.
Oh, look at his face. He's getting really red.
I know.
Dude, she was in the...
you're banging Rihanna?
Did you see the Valerian movie?
No, I have not.
Dude, are you serious?
I have not seen that at all.
That was a chase sci-fi movie that Rihanna was in. You really never saw...
Really?
Did you know she was in that movie?
No, not at all. The last movie that I knew that she was in was in Battleship.
Oh, that is so... She actually is in that sci-fi movie, and there's a lot of chase scenes in that sci-fi movie.
Oh, no, this isn't any chase
You're
scene.
dreaming a very bad movie that everybody hoped was good.
Yeah, she's just kind of leading me by the... yeah.
Is she wearing a pink tutu in your dream?
No.
I will say this, though. Men's nightmares, largely the same as those reported by women, and it's all about falling, being chased, and being attacked. Except for women, they also fear losing their teeth. I guess so. I mean, your smile is a big thing, and I guess for women, sure, they like to have a nice smile. That makes sense.
I'm looking at them for the guys. They dream about, in addition to traveling, sex and having superpowers.
Oh yeah, I dream about all those. Yeah.
Sex, okay,
I dream about sex.
Rev clearly must have a superpower to be able to bang Rihanna.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's quite the score.
Over the course of my life, I've not been able to look at certain coworkers because I've had like a massive sex dream, and it's been vivid. And I remember it. And then
Is it someone we know?
And I walk in. I'm not going to say a thing about anything.
Why not? Tell
because
us.
it's a human resources nightmare.
Not everybody has sex dreams about Miles, Steve.
Yeah. I don't want Miles to feel uncomfortable.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
He's wearing a pink tutu.
Yeah, is he wearing it? Yeah, he was. He and I went to the ballet.
Yeah, and we were traveling.
Yeah, so
Slam Town.
And of course, superpowers. I mean, I'm a geek. I've dreamt about being Spider-Man so many times.
See, I've dreamt about having muscles. That's not really a superpower.
Well, unless you're the Hulk.
Yeah, but I remember there was a recurring dream for a while. I'd get out of my house, and then I would look down, and I'd realize I have muscles. So I'm like, well, crap, what the hell am I wearing this shirt? So I take my shirt off so I would see my muscles.
Nice.
And it's like some kind of weird, like, Bee Gees type disco song starts playing, and I'm just walking the streets, and then I end up at this community pool, but there's like an arch, kind of like a walkway over the pool.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the top of the pool, and then I just start flexing, and everyone's cheering as I'm flexing.
I can hear Staying Alive in the background of my brain right now as this is happening.
This was an ongoing dream for years.
They need to. You need to be studied.
Why?
Why?
Because I wasn't wearing a pink tutu in it.
Your dreams are really out there, brother. I'm a little worried about you.
But that was a superpower, I guess, right?
A superpower what? To just have muscles?
Super stretch.
My muscles bring the party.
Oh, that's your power.
Yeah.
My muscles bring the party. Okay.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, and all day today, we're paying tribute to the music of the Northwest with Seattle Rock Day. It's become an annual tradition here at The Rock. I love it, man.
It's my favorite day of the year.
Play some of your favorite artists like Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Mother Love Bone.
I was geeking out over that Screaming Trees song, man. All I know. Oh,
I know you're loving it, dude. The little kid in you that said, I'm going to move to Seattle someday, this is your day.
There's a huge part of why I wanted to live in Seattle. There's a lot of reasons just to try something different, and I've heard nothing but great things back in the 90s, of course, when I made the move, but the biggest reason was I was enamored with the Seattle music scene. And the idea is silly, but one of the highlights of me moving to Seattle was that I would get to see Mudhoney on a more, on any basis, because before I just never came to where I was. It was just either timing, but they were touring a lot. So I'm like, man, it would be awesome to live in Seattle so I could see Mudhoney. Within the first few months of me living here, I got to see Mudhoney at the Showbox, and it was just like, this is why I moved here.
It's so funny that you and I came here because one of the reasons I took this job was because one of my favorite games was created out here, and I just wanted to come to their big game center, Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering. So you had love for music. I had love for gaming. Seattle was the epicenter, and that's how you and I got together.
Weird, man. Weird.
So today is Seattle Rock Day. If you want more info, go to KISW.com. And recently, Dave Grohl, he shared a great story about his memory of Seattle when he first came to town to possibly join Nirvana.
When I came up to Seattle, Nirvana was doing a show with another drummer. I get there to this Nirvana show. There's about 1,200 people. It already felt like there was some sort of movement, but it was unintentional. And these people just gathered or were drawn to this thing because it just sounded like they felt. And the energy was different than anything I'd ever seen. First day in Seattle, I went out and got drunk with all the guys in Nirvana. It was really fun. I thought if I don't become a drummer, at least I have a story to tell. I think it's the first time I grilled octopus, too. That was weird.
That was a little bit of that was an interesting tail end to that statement. Yeah,
it's like ADD moment.
Yeah, oh yeah, grilled octopus too, by the way. That's awesome. Here's more of Dave talking about his relationship with Seattle.
After Kurt died, I couldn't even listen to music for months. No radio, no TV, nothing. I just couldn't stand the sound of music. I was scared of music. And then I realized that it was the one thing that was going to help me out of that place. Seattle's lost a lot of great talent. But in some ways, that loss has only strengthened our bond. When I go back to Seattle, I always rent a car and drive around to these places that I spent time. And I find myself driving slower when I get to the places that broke my heart, because I still want that to stay with me. And all of those lessons that were learned at that time, and all the things that I gained, and all the things that I lost, I still feel it. It's still like in my veins. It became this part of my DNA that serves as this divining rod wherever I go. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Seattle, because it was the perfect place for a person like me. I wish Seattle would just take me back.
It's a cool piece. That was for a Sundance film. It was a short film piece, like an 8-minute video. It's really cool to watch. And when you're talking about driving around to see some of the places that brought back memories, or as he said, broke his heart, they showed like footage of the Crocodile, the Moore Theater.
Well, like you said, he gets that rent-a-car, man. Lots of great memories for him to go check out. And, it's the special moments of his Seattle life.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
And that's what it's all about here on Seattle Rock Day, just basically reliving the great memories of the Seattle music scene. So that's what we're going to ask you. What is your favorite memory when it comes to the Seattle rock scene? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Nora in Port Ludlow. Nora, you are on the rock.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning, Nora. Welcome to the show. What you got for us?
Well, it was probably back in like 93 or 94. I was living on Queen Anne, and I went to Tower Records on Mercer to get some music, I'm sure, from that time frame. And I was looking and perusing in the racks of the CDs, and I was looking over, and I looked over to my right, and I'm thinking, boy, that guy looks familiar. And then I kind of took another take, and I went, holy crap, that's Lane Staley. And I thought, no, I thought I had that moment of, oh my God, like freaking out. But then I was like, I'm going to leave him alone, because he just didn't look like he was approachable. And he just looked like he was in that zone of looking for music. And I was like, I don't want to bug him, because give him respect, give him his space. But it was like just that one moment of seeing someone who I love to hear the music from, but yet giving him the respect of a person,
Was he in the disco hits of the 70s section of Tower Records? Because that's where I expect him to be.
Yeah, that was his favorite place to go.
I honestly don't remember where I was, but that moment was like just always have that in my memory.
I wouldn't want to be like stalkerish either, but a part of me would wait until he leaves whatever section that he was in and go just see what he was looking at.
Yeah.
Just curiosity, like was he looking for something that is really obscure, or was it just, you know what I mean? Like was it a guilty pleasure type of a record? It'd be fun to find out.
I know, it was like, honestly, I was so just in my oh my god zone, and I didn't even think.
It's an interesting thing, man. That's what I love about Seattle, because other parts of the country, the people just would have gone up and bothered them. But there's something about the courtesy. People respect people's privacy and space around.
I remember that happened one time. I was at the Showbox at the market before there was even a Showbox at the Soto, and the word was that Eddie Vedder was there, and he sure as S was there at a show. I can't remember what show it was, and he was just walking around freely. And you're absolutely right. It was just this courtesy of, we know you're here. We acknowledge that's, and it's at the height of them being huge. I mean, it's not like as if it was just like a random person you never saw, and nobody bothered him. And, I at least the little period of time that I saw him in the area that I was at, in that kind of like that bar in the corner section, and he was just walking around freely, and nobody was trying to. Granted, this is also before the days of cell phones where you had pictures, cameras on your cell phones. So maybe it would have been a little bit crazy, but I still don't think it would have been. I think it was just there was a lot of respect for the quote unquote Seattle celebrities.
I've had to learn that because I got thrown out of the press box at Safeco Field, and I should have been, because I bothered a guy from Boston when the Red Sox were in town.
I thought it was the time you tried to give Dave Niehaus a lap dance. That was weird.
Oh no, they let me do that.
That was nice
because Dave was like, you know what, my oh my. I mean, he was like, goodbye baseballs when and I realized, this town really, that's not what you do. And I was all over this guy because he was my hero from growing up as a kid, and I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, yeah, I need to get into this of respecting people, because it is nice, the people get to have their own lives. You don't have to be a schmuck.
Speaking of Lane Staley, I like this one. My favorite memory is when my girlfriend and I were driving from Bellingham to Vancouver to watch Alice in Chains in a bar in British Columbia, and I touched Lane Staley's shoe.
Whoa! Look out! See, now there's that's going too far. You just leave him by the record. You don't go touch his shoe.
Touch his shoe.
Come on! The Rev actually says he's got a favorite memory, which I thought he hated everything. So I'm very surprised he's got a favorite Seattle rock memory.
Well, back in my youth, I didn't hate as many things, and one of I think one of the greatest concerts I was ever able to attend was seeing Soundgarden at the Mercer Arena, and this was like 96 or 97 maybe.
Yep.
It was like a month before they broke up, and it was weird because we were standing in line at the Mercer Arena, and first they had to cancel the show due to some reasons, and it was like, oh crap. So like a week or 2 weeks later, we come back, and the opening act couldn't do it, so it was Presidents of the United States of America. They decided to come in and do kind of a surprise opening act, and then watching Soundgarden play, and then seeing Chris Cornell do an acoustic version of Black Hole Sun, where it was just him standing out there on stage and doing it. We were up on the front row right against the railing, and it was insane, and it was magical. And I was so glad to have been able to see them, because a month later they broke up, and I thought I'd never see them again up until the last the recent years, and it was just fantastic.
How about that's over 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Gosh. I was talking to someone, I was glad to say, I didn't put it together, but I've been fortunate enough now with Chris no longer with us, Cornell, to see Cornell solo acoustic, Audio Slave, Temple of the Dog, and Soundgarden.
Wow. Well, dude, you saw a lot.
And thankfully, that was more recent than anything because of Soundgarden getting back together, getting to see that show at the Paramount.
And you got to interview him on the radio as well.
A few times.
Yeah. You
so many great memories with Chris Cornell. Yeah, and and now, of course, it's a lot heavier to think about than it was a few years ago. But my favorite, I have so many favorite Seattle memories, but I think the one that has been popping up a lot recently, because I keep seeing it on Pearl Jam's Facebook page, they share a video of Pearl Jam performing at the Showbox at the market. And this was many years ago, and they're already at the height of them being a huge band, but they decided to do a couple of warm-up shows at the Showbox before they embarked on a big arena tour across the country. And it was cool because it was like a bunch of rare or not your typical Pearl Jam songs. They really went towards like a lot of their deep cuts, and they did a couple of like Ledbetter and things like that. But for the most part, it was songs that you won't typically hear them perform live, and it was just incredible to be 20 feet away from Eddie Vedder in a small room with about 900 people, and we're all feeling that moment. Like, holy crap, we're in Seattle watching Pearl Jam play at an awesome historic club, but that is way too small for a band like Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Dude, that's. I mean, this area's got so many great stories like that, and that's what we want to hear from you. It is Seattle Rock Day. What is your favorite memory when it comes to the Seattle rock scene? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Kozak in Seattle. Kozak, you are on the rock.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Not too bad, buddy. What you got for us?
My experience is just moving here. I moved here from Vegas in '97 to go to high school, and just like everybody was so involved in the music scene. Like everybody was in a rock band. It was like the Centralia Chehalis area, but still like just it was cool just to experience all the music that was going on around me and stuff like that. I never had that grow up where I grew up at, and so it was just a cool experience being out here.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about a whole cultural difference. I mean, first of all, you've got the geographic difference, the whole weather difference. I mean, the whole vibe from coming from Vegas to Seattle. Yeah, I mean, as a kid, man, dude. And when you were thrust into that, were you like, okay, I'm home, or were you like, oh no, I'm homesick?
It was just great. I mean, I used to go to this place called the Matrix 6. I think it's still there in Chehalis. And Modest Mouse used to perform there when they were getting their start, you know? So you get to see a lot of cool bands, and it was just a wicked experience. Yeah,
I appreciate the call, Kozak. But you know, it's still amazing what the musical experience is around here. I feel like everybody I run into has a story. Everybody I run into is in a band, you know, no matter where you go.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Keeping up with the flood of news every single day can be quite stressful. There is climate change happening. There's the pandemic, labor movements, Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. Hi, I am Gideon Resnick, host of Crooked Media's What a Day. Each week, Travelle Anderson, Priyanka Arabindi, Josie Duffy Rice, and I are going to break down the biggest news stories of the day in a way that hopefully doesn't always make you want to cry. New episodes of What a Day drop every weekday at 5 a.m. Eastern. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.